Archangel Michael conveys, events are transpiring more rapidly than you might anticipate. The shame they believed was buried is now surfacing, and your name is the beacon illuminating it. Their embarrassment is not rooted in regret for their actions, but rather in the realization that the truth now resonates louder than their falsehoods. This situation transcends the typical narrative of betrayal. It represents the divine revelation of all that they attempted to conceal behind insincere smiles and empty accolades. Those who previously cast doubt on you are gradually redirecting their focus toward the actual narrative. Behind closed doors, whispers filled the air, strategic moves were devised, and your silence was exploited as a protective facade. They assumed you were weak because you refrained from retaliating. However, your strength lay not in vengeance but in the divine patience you exhibited. Now that the veil has been lifted, those who laughed at you in secrecy find themselves the subjects of scrutiny. The one who derided you is now under a similar spotlight. Type A meant to receive blessings. 333. Archangel Michael emphasizes that this is not merely a matter of retribution, it is a revelation. Heaven has orchestrated events so flawlessly that the truth is now undeniable. It is too evident, too loud, and too clear to ignore. They once confidently believed they had manipulated everyone surrounding you. Now they avert their gaze from those they tried to turn against you, as every eye they sought for support now looks upon them with judgment. The same space they once entered with pride has transformed into a place of trepidation. The hushed conversations, the sidelong glances, all reflect the unveiled truth. The burden of guilt has begun to weigh heavily upon them. You were never intended to engage in this battle with physical force. God fought for you in silence, wielding a strength you could not perceive. Now the heavens have presented an undeniable moment of truth they cannot evade. Type A meant to receive blessings. 444. You did not forfeit your dignity. Even when they attempted to mire you in their disarray, you maintained your composure. You chose to remain silent, trusting in the timing rather than pursuing revenge. This is the moment that exemplifies your strength, your reward for preserving your integrity while they compromised theirs. This reward is not material wealth but rather their disgrace illuminated under celestial scrutiny. An individual you never anticipated has shifted their allegiance against them. Once loyal to your betrayer, this person has recognized the depths to which they have sunk. They endeavored to ensnare you in their fabricated narratives, yet now they are the subject of disdainful conversations. Your silence has crafted a mirror now reflecting their true selves. Type A meant to receive blessings. 555. A recent conversation from which you were absent included your name, and not in a derogatory sense. It was uttered with admiration, as the person who previously depicted you as desperate is now perceived as such themselves. They attempted to exploit your suffering for amusement, relishing your tears. Yet the same individuals who once laughed alongside them now shake their heads in disappointment at their actions. They did not foresee this turn of events. They assumed karma wouldn't impact them so resoundingly. Yet it has, and you stand amidst the fallout not as a victim but as a testament to resilience. Their deeds were not merely low, they were fundamentally cruel. Heaven has ensured that no lie they attempt to propagate can cleanse their sullied reputation. Type A meant to receive blessings. 222. Should you wish to further express your support, you may consider offering super thanks with contributions of up to $20. A truth that once languished in obscurity is now being illuminated in the light of day. They can no longer evade scrutiny. You were previously a stepping stone for their advancement. Now they find themselves overlooked by the very crowd they once believed they manipulated. Their treachery has devolved into their isolation. You are no longer the person who wept in silence. You are now the individual everyone seeks to understand, the one they are beginning to recognize was right all along. This realization is why they feel embarrassed. They comprehend that their social standing has crumbled. The facade they constructed has shattered, revealing the frail version of themselves they struggled to conceal. They hoped you would falter. Instead, they are the ones who are unraveling. Type a meant to receive blessings. 888. They watch your ascent in silence. They will not applaud or extend congratulations, yet deep down they understand that your rise is a consequence of their deceit. Individuals who once supported them are now questioning, how could they have treated someone like you this way? Their responses are filled with hesitation. Their guilt drowns out their justifications. They never envisioned that the very falsehoods they whispered would transform into the winds that carry your truth. Yet now, no matter where they go, they feel the shift in atmosphere. Your name, once tarnished by their remarks, is now one they wish they could eradicate from the conversations of those aware of their actions. Type a meant to receive blessings. 717. The space they once navigated confidently now feels like a battleground, with every gaze feeling like an indictment. Every laughter carries the weight of their actions as it pertains to them. They sought to dim your radiance. Instead, your resilience has caused you to shine even brighter. Now their fear arises not from you but from the distorted image they observe in the eyes of others. The truth remained undisclosed, merely awaiting its opportunity. That opportunity is manifesting in real time through every whispered secret and every fracturing friendship. There is no sanctuary left for them. Their apologies will hold no weight. This matter transcends mere words. It is about character, and their facade has been irrevocably stripped away. Type a meant to receive blessing. 111. There was no need for you to unveil the truth. The universe took charge. Gradually, day by day, reality overcame falsehood. They misjudged the power of grace, believing that your lack of resistance signified your defeat. However, your strength lay not in noise but in unwavering faith. They ridiculed you publicly, yet now their names are whispered in secret, accompanied by discussions that cannot be mended with mere smiles or casual conversations. You need not confront them or even face them directly, for heaven has already rendered its judgment and favored you. Type a meant to receive blessing. 999. Each day they awaken anxious about who else has discovered their misdeeds. With every phone notification, they dread it may signal another repercussion of their actions. The individual who assured them everything was under control is now fleeing in panic. The truth has taken flight, soaring far ahead of their fabrications. You have become a reflective surface, not through words but by maintaining your purity. Their image now haunts them as they are reminded of their actions, yet it is your silent response that resonates most profoundly. Your silence speaks volumes, overshadowing their entire web of deceit. Type a meant to receive blessing. 144. Those who once deemed them strong now refer to them as cowards, for true strength stems from honesty, a quality you have embodied from the beginning. Archangel Michael advises, do not be surprised by the apologies that will never come. Their pride forbids it, but their regret will quietly smolder. Soon there will be an attempt to rewrite the narrative, to befriend those who now align with you, yet it will undoubtedly fail. The truth remains sealed. You are not merely enduring this, you are being elevated by it. You exemplify the reality that light inevitably re-emerges after darkness. Type a meant to receive blessing 303. A celebration approaches, not one filled with music and balloons, but rather a celebration of truth, clarity, and divine vindication. You have earned this without seeking revenge. The whispers you hear now are not against you but in your favor. People are beginning to accept what they once refused to acknowledge. Your dignity has resonated powerfully, prompting divine forces to elevate your name from the ashes to a symbol of strength. This is your time, not a regression to the past but a divine progression towards what has always awaited you beyond their schemes. Type a meant to receive blessing 626. They can no longer share their distorted version of events without being corrected with facts. The illusion is crumbling, deeply affecting them. You were neither naive nor blind, rather you were astute enough to step back and allow the truth to emerge. Their circle is diminishing, their supporters silent, and their once proud faces are now marked by embarrassment. You have become the testament that justice, while slow, is relentless. And this is merely the beginning. Type a meant to receive blessing 555. You will not need to utter a single word, for your life will continue to embody the truth they sought to suppress. Archangel Michael remarks, the one who found amusement in your suffering now weeps in secret. The one who celebrated their triumphs over you now dwells in disgrace. Allow them to watch, to shrink, and to remember that they crafted the path to their own demise the moment they betrayed a pure spirit. The heavens now favor you because you did not succumb to despair. Heaven has never forgotten. Type a meant to receive blessing 8.88. Their guilt follows them like an inescapable shadow. Every place they frequent serves as a reminder of the facade they maintained and the true identity now laid bare. The ground beneath them feels unstable, shaken by the revelations of their falsehoods. They scroll through social media in fear, pondering who might be aware of their actions. They avoid group chats they previously dominated. Their voices have softened not from humility but from the fear that has replaced their arrogance. The lies they spun intended to bury you, yet ironically those very lies have constructed the platform upon which you now stand. Their attempts to undermine you have only polished your truth. A transformation is occurring in the hearts of those around you. Those who once doubted you now seek your company, recognizing the discrepancy between their words and the truth that has become unmistakably visible. Type a meant to receive blessing 121. Observers are taking note of your calm demeanor amidst the chaos they instigated. This tranquility is what amplifies your presence now, creating discomfort for them. They can no longer jest as they once did, nor engage in gossip devoid of guilt. Each conversation about you reflects their betrayal. Silence, which they once perceived as weakness, is now a testament to your triumph. It resonates louder than any of their loudest proclamations ever could. It confirms what you have always known. The divine reveals the truth. There is no necessity for direct confrontation. It is happening in their sleepless nights and the uncontrollable conversations they are having. Type meant to receive blessing 939. You were underestimated in a manner that ultimately fortified you. Their mockery, arrogance, and scheming have all contributed to your growth. Now they observe your ascent with trembling hearts. A person who once held belief in you has now distanced themselves, not due to any prompting from you but because they have come to recognize the truth independently. Truth has a way of unveiling itself over time. They now fear your tranquility, fully aware of its significance. It signifies that you have transcended their influence while they remain ensnared in a web of consequences they themselves have created. All that they have said about you is now reflecting back upon them, and they find themselves powerless to halt it, neither through deceit nor through feigned tears nor through belated apologies. To receive blessings, simply type Amen. The number 777 heralds a forthcoming revelation. An additional layer of their schemes will soon be laid bare, stemming from an unexpected source close to them. This person has harbored the truth for far too long, and even they can no longer shield the guilty. They have witnessed enough, and the insights they share will undoubtedly turn more people against your betrayer. Their current embarrassment is merely the precursor to the upheaval that is about to occur, one that will dismantle every false edifice they have constructed. Their crafted image will deteriorate in front of their very eyes, and they will struggle to comprehend how everything shifted so rapidly. Yet you will understand, for you have sown seeds of purity and are now witnessing the divine timing of the harvest. To receive blessings, simply type Amen. The number 444 signifies that they are losing allies quietly and systematically. With each severed connection, their world becomes increasingly constricted. You have emerged as untouchable, not out of arrogance but due to a sense of purpose. Your rise has been marked by grace, while they have descended through deception. They may attempt to reinvent themselves or act as if nothing has transpired, but it is too late. The past is now etched in memory. The whispers that once inflicted pain upon you have now begun to tarnish their image. The very audience they sought to win over is now observing you with admiration. To receive blessings, simply type Amen. The number 1111 represents your divine recompense, not only because you were wronged but because you chose not to allow that wrong to harden your heart. You have retained your purity, and thus you have become a narrative that serves as a lesson. You exemplify the truth that nothing concealed remains hidden indefinitely. An influential figure has noticed your growth. They are watching you silently, poised to reach out, not to offer pity but to uplift you. They are drawn to your resilience, patience, and authenticity. The next opportunity they extend will feel as though a door has swung open where only a wall once stood. To receive blessings, simply type Amen. The number 606 speaks of Archangel Michael's assurance that you are stepping into an irrefutable light. Their shadows can no longer encroach upon your radiance, nor can their shame tarnish your grace. Heaven is preparing a gift for you that can only be delivered now that justice has been served. The delay you experienced was not a denial but a form of protection. Divine timing is always accurate. The individual who inflicted the most harm is already the subject of whispers, not of the boasting variety. Their reputation is diminishing while your standing is evolving into a symbol of truth, survival, and spiritual strength that is neither for sale nor easily shattered. To receive blessings, simply type Amen. The number 343 reveals that they are now surrounded by the very constructs they designed. Lies, guilt, and betrayal are returning to them. Every seed they planted has blossomed into tendrils that now ensnare them tightly. They walk into spaces feeling the change. People no longer regard them in the same light. Smiles are abbreviated and conversations turn frigid, and they understand the reason. Your illumination not only laid bare their actions but also cast a glow on others. Now individuals are cautious around you, respectful and protective, because they have witnessed the consequences of harming those divinely protected. Even if they do not articulate it aloud, they regret entangling themselves in a conflict with you, for to merely mention your name now brings them discomfort. To receive blessings, simply type Amen. The number 7777 signifies that every time they hear your name, it is now associated with growth, blessings, new connections, and healing. As they witness your ascent, they feel their own decline. Hence, their embarrassment is not born of contrition but from the realization that this season is no longer about asserting their correctness, it is about steadfastly moving forward without glancing back. As you persevere, doors will open, doors they attempted to close, connections will flourish, connections they tried to obstruct. To receive blessings, simply type Amen. The number 1212 emphasizes that revenge is unnecessary. Continuing your journey is essential, as you are now being observed, not by those seeking to undermine you but by those eager to support you. Archangel Michael declares, a celebration is on the horizon for you that will give even your adversaries pause. While it may not be exuberant, it will be indisputable. They will become aware of your invitations and hear of your blessings, prompting them to question why such fortune is bestowed upon you. The answer has always been inscribed in fate. You did not falter. You endured. You held on to belief. You released bitterness. Now you will reap what is rightfully yours. To receive blessings, simply type Amen. The number 3333 reveals that they are haunted by your tenacity. They once believed you would remain dependent on them, yet it is now they who seek your forgiveness. They yearn to communicate with you, but they sense the transformation in your energy. You no longer entertain that which diminishes your spirit. You are not the individual they betrayed. You have healed in ways they never anticipated. And therein lies their true loss. Your growth is what truly matters, not the friendships you once held. You endured challenges that transformed you, emerging with a radiant spirit. Now those who wronged you cannot face you without feeling the repercussions of their choices. Type Amen to receive blessings. The universe has fortified your destiny with protection, and anyone attempting to manipulate it again will encounter swift repercussions. They served as a test and you have triumphed. You are now entering a phase of divine favor where opportunities abound and unexpected blessings await. Let their embarrassment be felt, for what they sought to suppress has blossomed into something remarkable, and this is merely the beginning. The most remarkable chapters of your story are still unfolding. Type Amen to receive blessings. Their greatest regret not only stems from their actions but from the realization that they acted against a chosen individual, one who is under divine protection. They have breached boundaries established not by humanity but by the heavens. Now each step they take serves as a reminder of their misstep. You carry no desire for vengeance, rather you embody power. This newfound strength elevates every aspect of your being, and even your silence resonates like thunder to them. Discussions are occurring in spaces you have never entered, where your name is mentioned not in gossip but with admiration. Individuals who once opposed you are now drawn to your energy. They attempted to dim your light, only to magnify its brilliance, and now they find themselves diminished in spaces they once dominated. The truth has stripped away the facade they had portrayed. Type Amen to receive blessings. A fresh opportunity is on the horizon, presenting itself to you precisely because the deceptive individuals have been removed from your life. This opportunity demands integrity and a pure heart, qualities you have consistently maintained. You will not need to pursue it, it will naturally come to you. The individual presenting it has recognized your authenticity. They have heard your narrative, they know you chose not to retaliate, and that earns their trust. Meanwhile, the one who betrayed you watches from afar, fully aware that every blessing heading your way is now beyond their reach. Type Amen to receive blessings. Your resilience now serves as a testament. They tried to depict you as emotional, unstable, or unworthy, yet it has become evident to all that the issue lay with them. Their false allegiance has been unveiled. The masks have slipped, leaving behind a figure trapped within the ruins of their fabricated story. Conversely, you are rising not from bitterness or revenge but to fulfill your destiny. Every venue of slander will soon witness your ascent, leaving them no option but to acknowledge it. You are becoming the example that grace ultimately prevails. Type Amen to receive blessings. They will learn of your success from those they once shared gossip with. Their expressions will shift as they realize you have surpassed every challenge they wished for you to fail. They may wish to reach out, but pride will inhibit them. Even if they attempt to contact you, the door has already closed. You have forgiven, though you haven't forgotten. That memory serves as your guiding compass, propelling you forward while they remain trapped in the past they created. Your narrative has transformed. You are no longer the one undergoing healing, you are the one leading. Your energy now resonates louder than any confrontation ever could. Type Amen to receive blessings. They once claimed you would not succeed without them, yet now they observe your quiet flourishing. That realization cuts the deepest. They were unnecessary after all. They spun tales wrapped in charm, but truth stands unembellished. When the time is right, truth reveals itself, and on this occasion it chooses to shine through you. Every place you enter carries a presence that humbles even your adversaries. That is your form of justice, not through loud proclamations but merely by walking in the truth they sought to obliterate. Type Amen to receive blessings. A new phase is being prepared for you, a higher, more serene existence devoid of the burdens of betrayal. Heaven has signaled the close of an old chapter. You are not just turning the page, you are beginning an entirely new book. Those who once celebrated your suffering will soon find discomfort in your presence. This is not revenge, it is divine retribution. What was intended for your destruction has instead confirmed your path, while the whispers behind your back now come to light. Type Amen to receive blessings. There will be moments when they sit in silence reflecting on their actions. not out of nostalgia for you but from the understanding that they lost something irreplaceable. Your presence brought calm to their chaos, honesty to their deceit. Now in your absence they find themselves enveloped by the turmoil they once controlled. Let them experience the void. Allow them the space to confront the truth, for your departure marked the moment everything unraveled for them. Yet you have moved forward not burdened by bitterness but enriched by blessings. Type Amen to receive blessings. This is your time. A season characterized not by vengeance but by tangible results. Your actions will resonate, your energy will uplift, and your journey will serve as healing for others. They were mere distractions, delays and disguises masquerading as friends, lovers, or supporters. However, the heavens discerned the facade before you did and removed it when the moment was ripe. This removal was painful, yet it also illuminated your vision. Your vision has shifted and clarity has come into your life. You are no longer immersed in grief but are moving forward. This new chapter of your existence will dispel all rumors, falsehoods, and envious whispers. Type Amen to receive your blessings. The number 7272 signifies that you will soon receive an array of calls, messages, and invitations. However, not every overture should be embraced, as not all who celebrate your success are sincere. Your discernment is your protective shield. Use it wisely to safeguard your peace and your new position. The very tables at which you were denied a seat are now being turned in your favor. You are not just being invited, you are being honored, and those who once excluded you are destined to witness it. This is not a result of your insistence, but rather a manifestation of divine ordination. Type Amen to receive your blessing. The number 1616 signifies that unexpected rewards are on the horizon through unforeseen avenues. A stranger will bring you a blessing and a door will open that you did not anticipate. You will remember this moment when it happens. Everything that was delayed is now rushing toward you, as those delays were orchestrated for greater alignment. Your reputation is now shielded, secure, and their attempts to malign you will backfire, echoing a shame upon them. Rise now, chosen one, your brilliance cannot be dimmed and your truth has already prevailed. Type Amen to receive your blessings at 2525. Allow those who once found humor in your situation to feel embarrassed. Let them withdraw and face the consequences of their own choices. You walk now with the guidance of angels, entering spaces where your name has previously been honored long before you arrived. Archangel Michael advises, do not return to what once broke you. What is coming into your life is far greater than what you have lost. What lies ahead surpasses what has been taken from you. Continue your journey, continue to shine, and continue to thrive. Those who previously mocked you will now be forced to observe, and those who doubted you will begin to follow. It has come to your attention that a woman is using your name in harmful ways, and it is essential that you are aware of her actions. Archangel Michael states this is not merely a coincidence, it is a calculated move. She has linked your name to matters that jeopardize not only your peace but also your standing in society. Shadows lurk behind your back, and it's crucial to comprehend the reality of the situation before it escalates. The tide turned the moment she began uttering your name in untrustworthy circles. She initiated a silent maneuver weeks ago, triggering a sequence of events that will shock you once you uncover the truth. You are being unjustly implicated in matters you were completely unaware of. She presents herself with a facade of innocence, which is perhaps the most perilous aspect. Those surrounding her are oblivious to her manipulations involving your name. She is leveraging your identity to forge illicit alliances and secrets, positioning you at the center of conflicts that you never ignited. This game she is orchestrating is a gamble with your life at stake. Type Amen to receive your blessings at 333. Archangel Michael observes, your energy has always been formidable, which has incited her envy. Unable to possess what you have, she resorted to sabotage from within. Her strategy commenced by associating your identity with documents, communications, and recordings that should not exist. She infiltrated areas using your name unscrupulously, and now a document exists within a system capable of wreaking havoc in your life. A uniformed officer referenced your name yesterday, not due to any action on your part but because someone else connected your identity to a troubling situation. You remain unaware of what she has entangled you in. She wore a mask of friendship while secretly plotting your downfall. Once you turned your back, she sent a deceitful message claiming to be you, and that very message is now being regarded as evidence. Type Amen to receive your blessings at 991. She has breached boundaries that should remain inaccessible to her. Your name was sufficient to grant her entry, which underscores the gravity of her manipulations. An online activity associated with your name has ignited suspicions, while the true perpetrator watches in silence from her device. She observes as chaos unfolds, remaining concealed behind the curtains. She has fabricated narratives that do not belong to you, but by attributing them to your name they are now echoed by faces you have never encountered. They believe her voice is your truth. In a risky venture, she utilized your name in a transaction potentially linking you to illicit activities. Your name is currently being scrutinized in ongoing reviews. Type Amen to receive your blessings at 785. Archangel Michael implores you must awaken to the reality now. The longer you disregard the disturbing change in how you are treated, the more intricate the web she weaves around your existence. This woman is cunning, yet her facade is beginning to falter. She was seen loitering in a vehicle near a government edifice, making a phone call instructing someone to register it under your name yet again. You would hardly recognize the person she's impersonating, however, others do not share that insight. When they hear your name, they attribute her words to you. She infiltrated a realm fraught with peril, and upon offering her name, it was your identity she proclaimed. Consequently, surveillance cameras captured your likeness in a location you have never visited. Type Amen to receive your blessings at 629. Her aim is destruction rather than attention. She does not seek visibility but rather your downfall. Her jealousy has transformed her into a covert adversary, managing to manipulate an individual into believing you are aligned with her schemes. He now scrutinizes your every move, and his confusion is not a reflection of his character but rather of her clever manipulation involving your name. A court file was reopened recently, and peculiarly your name was implicated in association with it. You have been entirely innocent, yet she is inserting you into her turmoil. She possesses a dossier of information regarding you, all twisted and stained with lies. She has gathered this material for a singular purpose, to deploy it when the moment is ripe. Type Amen to receive your blessings at 418. A video is now circulating. The situation is dire and complex, yet your name is inexplicably linked to it. It was she who manipulated the footage to serve her malevolent agenda. She sat next to a man, whispered your name into his ear, and laid the blame for her actions at your feet. Trusting her, he accepted her accusations as truth. Now that man is attempting to contact you covertly. She has counterfeited a signature logged into a system under your name, and that activity is now being traced directly to your doorstep. Recently, a perilous and illicit item was delivered, ordered under your name. This could lead law enforcement to your residence. To receive blessing 102, type Amen. Archangel Michael reassures us there is still time to protect yourself. However, remaining silent is no longer a safeguard. You must intervene before her fabrications become your reality. She is aware of your address and watches your window from her car, planning her next move with a phone in hand. This woman was once close to you, familiar with your personal details, your birth date, your voice, your mannerisms, tools she now wields for her destructive intent. Furthermore, she has created a false identity that mirrors yours so closely that to the outside world she appears to be you. To receive blessing 777, type Amen. She feigned distress while contacting a stranger, providing your name and address as she cried for help. That call was recorded and could now be misused to your detriment. She has sent an email containing false claims signed with your name, which is now contributing to a potential case that unfairly implicates you. That email has been archived. Additionally, she met an individual at a bank, deceitfully claimed to be your relative, and attempted to gain access to your possessions. Her scheme extends beyond mere deception. Her intention is to entangle you in a dangerous predicament while she escapes unscathed. To receive blessing 555, type Amen. Archangel Michael states that justice will prevail, but only when you take action. The longer you remain silent, the longer she perpetuates her narrative. She is distributing forged documents bearing your name and baseless claims, with some already convinced of their authenticity. Your phone number has been listed in inappropriate contexts, resulting in nonsensical calls that are part of her trap tightening around you. Pretending to be you at a recent gathering, she misrepresented your identity, leaving attendees convinced they recognized your voice. To receive blessing 998, type Amen. She has created a fraudulent account using your identity, which is now under scrutiny. However, should an investigation occur, the trail could lead back to you unless decisive action is taken. She observes from a distance, relishing the discord she has sown, and her time for evasion is dwindling. Recently, she reached out to an authority figure, leaving a message under your name that could harm your reputation, relationships, and clean record. A leasing agreement for a rental property has emerged in your name despite never being signed by you, and illegal items have been discovered within, causing your name to circulate in dangerous circles. To receive blessing 388, type Amen. The reality is that she is indifferent to the suffering she inflicts. She desires your downfall to be widely known, that your pain resonates beyond your immediate surroundings. She has convinced a powerful figure that you are involved in risky activities, prompting him to conduct his own covert investigation, watching you closely, not her. You are under surveillance not based on your true identity but as a result of the persona she has fabricated. You must prepare for the impending fallout. Archangel Michael conveys that the shield of truth is potent, provided you stand behind it. The struggle is not one of physical confrontation but rather a battle of exposure. You must unveil her actions or risk silently enduring your wounds. To receive blessing 212 type Amen. Yesterday she visited a specific location again. Taking further steps, she invoked your name, left documentation and then vanished. This location is now undergoing scrutiny. She reached out to someone from your past, fabricated dishonest tales while impersonating you, leading that individual to reconsider everything they believed they knew about you. She captured images of your home, vehicle, and life, edited them and submitted them elsewhere under your name, contributing further to a false narrative. Your tranquility is her target, with her lies painted as arrows, each inscribed with your name. To receive blessing 844 type Amen. What began as envy has escalated into a concerted effort to dismantle your reputation. She comprehends your strengths and is now wielding your identity to exploit them. This plan has been orchestrated in secrecy, and she has gathered allies who remain unaware of her deception, though they will soon realize their mistake in trusting her over you. Documents will surface shortly, and when they do, your name will be prominently featured. You must brace yourself to clear your name. Every step she has taken is noted by a higher authority. What she believes to be concealed is already being prepared for revelation, and when that moment arrives, your truth will prevail. To receive blessing 663 type Amen. She has intertwined your identity with peril, but this peril will not engulf you, for now that you are aware, you will emerge even stronger. This message reached you at a critical moment. The instant you heard it, your protection commenced. Her game is faltering. Archangel Michael reassures you, the light now accompanies you. Do not allow fear to hinder your progress. The day of her exposure is nearer than you realize. To receive blessing 111 type Amen. She returned to the same location this morning with escalated aggressiveness, adding new details under your name in a nationally connected system. She believes herself to be unobserved, however, forces greater than human comprehension are tracking her every move. Her deceptions are being documented in records from which no criminal can elude. What she fails to understand is that her scheme is unraveling from within. Gradually, those she deceived are beginning to doubt her words, and questions are starting to arise. You may soon notice someone who once harbored doubts approaching you with an apology, admitting they now see through her facade. This marks the beginning of her downfall. To receive blessing 121 type Amen. She recently made a transaction using your name that raised red flags, yet she has managed to cover her tracks for the moment. Nevertheless, the moment of exposure is on the horizon. A new witness has come forth, having observed her uttering your name during a call near a restricted area. That conversation is now under investigation. She hopes to vanish before the ramifications catch up to her, but Archangel Michael assures us that she will not escape. This woman once appeared beside you in photographs, sharing smiles and compliments, all while quietly observing you to replicate your persona. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 231. Now she dons your essence like a costume, acting out your narrative in public, yet it feels hollow and devoid of your authenticity. She has been reaching out to individuals behind your back, attempting to redirect the opportunities, blessings, and favors meant for you into her possession. This is why some matters have experienced delays. Just last night she visited a location again under your name, leaving behind digital traces that will soon reveal her identity. Someone you care about is unwittingly being swept into the confusion, receiving messages that appear to be from you when in fact they are not. It is merely her masquerading once more. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 390. She has even fabricated a voice note containing offensive content that could tarnish her reputation, which is now being circulated among those who once held you in high regard. One of her false claims has impacted a child, leading them to believe a lie involving your name. It is imperative that you rectify this before the deceit becomes the reality. A recent raid uncovered documents bearing your name, yet the ongoing investigation is beginning to suggest that the handwriting does not match yours. This is an error she has made, and it will ultimately lead authorities to her. Archangel Michael states, "You are destined not only to endure this but also to evolve from it." Your resilience was specifically forged for challenges like these. Allow her fabrications to crumble while your truth ascends. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 542. A concealed box exists containing tangible proof that she has misused your name for illicit activities. She believed it was buried in an unreachable location, but it has already been found and secured. Soon you will receive news, a call, a knock, a voice, bringing with it clarification and marking the start of your vindication. She will try to feign remorse when confronted, claiming no ill intent, yet the patterns of her deceit are already recorded in celestial documentation. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 212. She accessed an old file, altered its contents, and left your name attached before walking away. A lawyer has begun examining the signature and is starting to notice discrepancies. She has also contacted someone in a different state, misusing your name and story to fabricate a plea for assistance, which is now being misappropriated because of her actions. Someone will soon reach out to you inquiring why you've supposedly made certain statements which you have not. It is she who has spoken in your name, utilizing your voice and personal history. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 343. Archangel Michael proclaims, no falsehood built upon your name will endure. The truth marches forward with strength, and all that was done in secrecy is on the verge of being illuminated. This woman has reached her breaking point, and she is acutely aware of it, which is why she is behaving more recklessly. She is severing ties rapidly, compounding her mistakes as the walls close in around her. You will be exonerated, your name will be restored. However, it is crucial to remain vigilant and aware. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 929. She is orchestrating one final attempt to impersonate you, yet it will fail. Her actions are now under scrutiny from multiple angles: physical, legal, and spiritual. No aspect of her scheme is secure any longer. A financial claim has been submitted using your credentials, but divine intervention has flagged it. This indicates how close she came to success. Soon you will be summoned to present your truth, and as you do, the burdens will lift, revealing what has been obscured. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 515. Remain prepared. This moment distinguishes those who falter from those who rise, and you are destined to be among the ascendant. Her path is now chaotic. Each footstep creates further entanglement. She will not evade the consequences of her actions. She once thought you were oblivious and that her disguise was foolproof, but now she senses that the truth is closing in. You may experience emotional fluctuations, tears, anger, confusion, which are natural responses to betrayal. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 848. Archangel Michael assures a reversal is underway. What she wished upon you is returning to her. The storm is making its way back. In just a few days, a file will be revealed containing unequivocal evidence that will realign the situation in your favor. You were chosen for greater purposes than this struggle, but this struggle is integral to your growth. Once you navigate through it, nothing will impede your progress again. Therefore, hold your head high, even when adversity arises. You were made for this. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 667. The final revelation is imminent. She will be unmasked, not by your hand but by her own actions. The fabrications she has spun will begin to unravel. Each forged signature will be discovered and every deceitful word will eventually crumble. The facades she has worn will fall away, exposing the truth. In contrast, you will emerge from this ordeal unscathed, your name shining with renewed brilliance, purified through divine justice. This is your moment to remain composed and centered, for the universe is rectifying the record. By Type Amen you invite in blessing 333. Internally she now trembles beneath her facade of confidence, attempting to mask her unease behind closed doors. Her frantic attempts to erase the tracks she once boasted about are only revealing her desperation. Your name, once manipulated by her, now shadows her every movement. A letter has surfaced marked with your name in erratic handwriting. However, experts are already assessing the discrepancies. Her anxiety will escalate when the findings are revealed. A man she once deceived is now seeking the truth and has turned to someone who knows you well. The information he is receiving contradicts her claims. She has limited avenues left for her lies, and she is beginning to understand that the walls around her are transparent, not solid. Every whispered deceit is now reverberating back towards her. To manifest blessing 999, type Amen. Archangel Michael conveys, you were meant to endure this not as a punishment but as a preparation. You are entering a period where truth will pave the way for new opportunities. The very falsehoods that sought to undermine you will now serve as the foundation for your ascendance. She enlisted someone to falsify a document in your name, and that document is now part of a legal case under scrutiny. Fortunately, that case is being evaluated with truth as its guiding principle, and the truth inevitably exposes the faults in deception. Also, someone unintentionally recorded her discussing you, becoming an unexpected witness in your favor. Her narrative continues to shift, her lies deteriorating and becoming inconsistent. Those who once believed her are now witnessing her deceitful structure disintegrate. Type Amen to receive blessing 471. She has lodged a complaint using your name against an innocent individual. That innocent party is now seeking your perspective, surprised to learn that you were unaware of these events. Moreover, she forged a health document asserting a non-existent illness under your name, using it to elicit sympathy and financial support. A significant payment has been traced back to your name as a reference, which is now under investigation. Each action she took can be traced back to her. During a visit to a government office, she impersonated you, but the security footage clearly shows her face and not yours. Soon this footage will become your strongest evidence. To invoke blessing 622, type Amen. She is now aware that you are becoming informed, which has altered her demeanor. The feigned smiles are gone, substituted with avoidance. She no longer moves with confidence, instead she hesitates, dodges and falters under the weight of her guilt. A second accomplice had assisted her, but this ally is now retreating, recognizing the impending consequences. Archangel Michael asserts, when deception attempts to mimic divinity, it inevitably fails. This woman coveted your grace but abused your name with malice. She must now confront the repercussions of her actions. Type Amen to receive blessing 774. A message has been sent in your name to a stranger in a powerful position who has retained the message and is now approaching you directly. Her final scheme was to sever your connections, attempting to sway someone close to you with her falsehoods. Fortunately, that individual sensed something amiss and has returned to your side. She claimed you were involved in illicit activities, but further inquiry revealed only her fingerprints. Her lies are beginning to collapse under their own weight. Although she once had access to your personal information, that access is now being revoked and her presence is being systematically dismantled. To receive blessing 888, type Amen. At midnight she made calls under your name to intimidate another individual who is now traumatized but starting to realize that you are not responsible. Their healing will commence upon learning the truth from you. Her fingerprints are on envelopes aimed at harming you, but forensic evidence is being collected, piecing together the full picture. She set up a social media account impersonating you, using it to disseminate unfounded rumors and cultivate a following based on a false persona. That account is set to be shut down, replaced by a truthful account. Someone from her past will come forth, having witnessed her perpetrate similar acts before, and their testimony will further fortify your defense. Type Amen to receive blessing 110. Archangel Michael states, you have been chosen to rise above this turmoil. The thorns that sought to ensnare you are now falling away. The divine is clearing your path. You are not alone. Heaven has observed each action, gathering truth like thunder accumulating behind clouds. That storm is now prepared to release. Every lie she has told will ultimately be countered by a confession, whether it emanates from her own lips or via irrefutable evidence. This is inevitable. The celestial court has rendered its verdict favoring you. You are shielded. Type Amen to receive blessing 314. She will soon find herself summoned not by you but by a force beyond her control. She will be compelled to account for every falsehood she has uttered, and the fraudulent financial activities conducted in your name will convert into her debt. Consequently, she will be obliged to repay, but not with peace. Those who uncritically supported her will approach you in humility. They shall acknowledge their role in the turmoil, and you will possess the choice to extend forgiveness. Everything she constructed using your misappropriated identity is poised to disintegrate. Her fabricated empire is fracturing and its collapse is imminent. Type Amen to receive blessing 275. In her forthcoming action she will endeavor to portray herself as the victim. She will concoct a narrative of being misinterpreted, yet her past will reveal the truth. She has claimed that you attacked her, a falsehood now under investigation which is uncovering her attempts to tarnish your reputation. Surveillance footage from a corridor captured her entering a restricted area under your name. That evidence is securely stored and will convey a truth far more significant than any deceit. This situation has never been solely about envy, rather it is rooted in obsession. Now that obsession has led to her undoing. Type Amen to receive blessing 145. Archangel Michael declares, your name is being written anew, this time in gold, authentic, not fabricated or stolen. It is pure and divinely protected. No deceit, no counterfeit documents, no impersonation will prevail any longer. The era of manipulation is at its end, the hour of justice has arrived. She once roamed freely, but now every step is a trap of her own design. The more she runs, the deeper she falls. You will soon receive news conveying, we apologize. We believed her. That moment will signify the beginning of your healing process. Type Amen to receive blessing 199. You will be recognized for your true self, not the shadow she attempted to cast, but the brilliant soul you have always been destined to be. The truth is now unstoppable. She is disintegrating behind closed doors as her lies unravel in her grasp. Her allies are retreating into silence, and those venues that once embraced her are now excluding her. Her influence is waning, while yours is awakening. This tempest she orchestrated aimed to destruct you, yet it has instead illuminated your divine resilience. This is the essence of justice. Type Amen to receive blessing 1001. She aspired to don your crown without enduring your hardships, yet she failed to comprehend that the crown was forged through suffering and truth, elements that cannot be replicated. Prepare yourself to have your name vindicated. Anticipate receiving apologies and prepare to advance with a sense of lightness, freedom, and strength. You have passed through the fire, emerging not as mere survival, but transformed into gold, unshakable and undeniable. The season of deception has concluded. The era of your redemption commences now. Type Amen to receive blessing 444.